Let's just see what happens here. Okay. So what happens if I just do a bunch of those? Of course it does. What happens if I do a bunch of those though? Oh, wait, I have an idea. Hello everybody, welcome back to Sjoher Reviews with me, Sjoher, but I pay for mobile games so you don't have to. Today we're gonna take a look at Supertype and rate that game based on playability, zero microtransactions, length, design, and finally, how fun it actually is. So what is Supertype? Supertype is a puzzle game where you have to type in the words, letters, or whatever to try and get the letters to collide onto pre-designed boxes, like little boxes on the screen. And once you have hit those little boxes, then you can move on to the next level. Sound simple enough? Well, maybe because it is. More on that in a bit. Playability. This is where we rate the game based on how much you can play the game without the game constantly telling you what to do. And yeah, this game works so that it just throws you straight in. It's a bit of a learning curve to try and figure out what you have to do and all of that, but it's not that bad. But it can be a little bit frustrating because because you don't always know when you have to hit like all the squares on the same time, or when it's enough to just hit like any of them in any order. So it feels like the game might you know, do something about that, but it's not the worst. So playability wise, I'll give it a 4. There's a few minor details that are frustrating, but overall it's not the worst. Zero microtransactions. This is where we take a look at the in-game store and or ads based on the price we paid for the game. And I paid €1.60 for this game, and I'm happy to announce that it doesn't have any microtransactions. You just purchase the game, you play it, just like Baldur's Gate 3. Except it doesn't have the content Baldur's Gate 3. You know what I mean. So, it's an automatic 5. Length. This is where we take a look at how long the game appears to be and how much replayability you can get out of the game. And I'm a bit conflicted here because I played this when I was recording. I recorded for just shy of just under an hour, like around 50 minutes, something like that. And on that time, I almost finished the campaign stuff in it. You can create your own stuff, and there are a few other challenges and stuff like that. But the fact that I finished almost 80% of the game, yeah, it's a bit of a minus. It is €1.60 though, so I mean, I guess we can give it a little bit of a break in that regards. So I'll give it a 3. I give it a 3 in length department. Solely being pulled up because of the price. Design. This is where we take a look at the design of the game, art, user interface, music, all that stuff. And this is where I have to get critical of this game. This game is called Supertype. And I mean, I realize it's not the intention of the game or anything like that, but when you purchase a game called Supertype, and you know about all of the typing games out there where you have to type in words, type in like words or something like that in a certain amount of time, so you can get more points and beat levels and all of that nonsense. You kind of expect that when you purchase the game, but that's not what you get from this game, because the game does not care about any words or anything like that. You're just basically trying to create shapes from the ladders and trying to beat the levels that way. So like the J can like rotate and the dot on top rolls off it or something like that. I mean, it's a nice idea and all that, but you're not exactly finding out words to use. You're just mashing some random letters and hoping something happens. And I know this is a little bit mean of me to like rate this game that low in the design department, because the art and the art, user interface, and all that, it's decent. It's good. Background music, it's nice. Well, there's no background music per se, but the sound effects, they're nice. You don't pay too much attention to them. They're not annoying or anything like that. So all of that is fun and nice and all that, but it's a big minus that you kind of expect one thing out of a game and you get another. So I'm gonna have to give it a 2 in the design department. I know I'm being harsh, but yeah, I have to be a little bit harsh because I was when you purchase the game, you expect one thing, you get another. It's like the game should have been called the Ladder Smash or something like that. Anyways, moving on. Fun. This is where we take a look at how fun the game actually is. And despite the fact that it was nothing what you thought, it's nothing what you think you're gonna get when you purchase the game, it's actually not that bad. It's not the best game out there either, but it's certainly far from the worst. So a solid 3, yeah, I think that's fair. Solid 3 in the fun department. It's there, you can play it. Just be sure to not beat it too quickly. That's my only advice that I can give you. So overall, this means that this game gets 17 out of 25 available, meaning that it gets a 3.4, and we're gonna knock that up to 3.5. 3 in overall score is a little bit too harsh, especially because it's only €1.60. It's actually, come to think about it, it's a little bit much compared to mobile games. But anyways, it deserves a little bit above average in overall score. So we'll knock it up to 3.5 stars out of 5. So that's it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of that nonsense, and I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye bye. I mean, that works. So does it actually have to be a word that I type in? I guess not.